My dad pulled the car over, handed me a $20 bill, and said two words that changed my life forever. See ya. I was 16 years old. No phone, no plan, no home. And now, decades later, they're old, fragile, and wondering why I don't seem to care. If you've ever been hurt by the people who were supposed to protect you, if you've ever been abandoned and told to just get over it, hit like, subscribe, and stay with me, because this isn't loud revenge. This is the kind that lingers. When I was a kid, I wasn't perfect. I talked back, I argued, I pushed boundaries, but I wasn't violent. I wasn't doing drugs. I wasn't running with the wrong crowd. I was just difficult, mouthy, emotional, a normal teenager testing limits in a house that didn't have much patience for it. Arguments were common, doors slammed, voices raised. The kind of household tension where you're always walking on eggshells, never sure what's going to set someone off next. But never, not once, did I think it would end the way it did. I was 16 when my parents decided they were done. There was no big screaming match that day, no dramatic explosion, just a cold, quiet finality. My dad told me to get in the car. I remember thinking maybe we were going to talk. Maybe he was taking me somewhere to cool off. Maybe this was a scare tactic. The car ride was silent. No radio, no lecture, just the hum of the road and my heart pounding harder with every mile. Then he pulled up to a public transportation hub. Buses, trains, strangers everywhere. He reached into his pocket and handed me a crumpled $20 bill. "That should help you," he said. I laughed nervously. I thought it was a joke, a threat, something he'd take back in a second. Instead, he opened the door. "See ya." And then he drove away. I stood there, frozen, the door still open, the exhaust fading into the distance. I remember the weight of that $20 in my hand feeling heavier than it should have. Like it was proof. Proof that this was real. Proof that my parents had just decided they were finished with me. This was the mid-90s. No cell phones, no GPS, no security cameras, no safety net. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know who to call. I didn't even know how long $20 would last. That first night, I didn't sleep. I found a place to sit where no one bothered me and watched people come and go. Families, couples, kids holding their parents' hands. Every laugh felt like it was happening in a different universe than mine. My stomach twisted itself into knots, not just from hunger, but from fear. I was a kid pretending not to be scared. The next day blurred together, walking, sitting, watching, trying not to cry, trying not to look like an easy target. I learned quickly how invisible you can feel in a crowd full of people. But after one night and 2 days on the street, a childhood friend finally let me crash at his place. 2 nights, 2 days, a couch, a shower, food. It felt unreal, like stepping back into normal life for just a moment. Then, on the 3rd day, there was a knock at the door. My dad, he didn't look panicked. He didn't look guilty. He just looked inconvenienced. He said my mum had made him come get me. let's go back home. No apology, no explanation, no acknowledgement of what had happened. I went back. Because I was 16, because I didn't have a choice. Because survival sometimes means swallowing things that should never be swallowed. Life moved on. On the surface anyway, years passed, decades actually. I grew up, I built a life, I learned how to be independent because I had to. My parents were still around. They offered advice sometimes, suggestions, opinions, but the connection everyone talks about, the warmth, the safety, the feeling of being truly supported, never came back. Something fundamental had broken. They abandoned me at the exact moment I needed them most. And no one ever talked about it again. No, we were wrong. No, we're sorry. Just silence. Like if they ignored it long enough, it would disappear. But it didn't. That moment followed me into adulthood, into relationships, into how I trusted people, into how quickly I learned not to rely on anyone. Every time things got hard, a voice in my head whispered, "Remember what happens when you need help." Now my parents are aging, slower, frailer. The roles are quietly reversing. They call more often. They ask for help. They hint about needing support. And people around me say the same thing over and over. They're your parents. They did their best. You should let it go. But here's the thing no one wants to admit. You don't let go of being abandoned as a child. You don't forget sleeping on the street at 16 because your parents decided to teach you a lesson. You don't erase the memory of watching a car drive away while you were still standing there, wondering what you did to deserve it. So when they talk about needing me now, I feel nothing. No anger, no hatred, just emptiness. And that emptiness, that's the revenge. Not because I planned it, not because I wanted it, but because actions have consequences even decades later. They taught me how to survive without them. They taught me that love could be conditional. They taught me that when things get hard, you're on your own. So that's the lesson I carried forward. They're old now, they're vulnerable, and they're finally experiencing a fraction of the distance they created all those years ago. And I wrestle with the guilt. I ask myself if I'm heartless, if I'm broken, if I'm the bad guy for not feeling what society says I should feel. But then I remember that scared 16-year-old kid standing alone with a $20 bill. And I realize something important. This isn't cruelty. This is consequence. The truth is, I didn't cut them off. I didn't scream. I didn't confront them with dramatic speeches. I just stopped trying. Stopped chasing approval. Stopped forcing a bond that was never repaired. Stopped pretending the past didn't matter. And somehow that hurt more than any argument ever could. Revenge isn't always explosive. Sometimes it's silent. Sometimes it's simply becoming someone who no longer needs the people who failed you. And sometimes the hardest truth is realizing that distance isn't punishment. It's protection. If this story hit close to home, hit like and subscribe for more real, emotionally raw revenge stories. And tell me in the comments, do parents deserve forgiveness no matter what? Or do actions follow you forever? Because some stories don't end with shouting, they end with silence.